listeners.
Chatty Chappies.
Here we are again.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Brian and Andrew on
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Thank you for turning on Chatty Chappies. Andy and Brian are recent friends who are discovering similar interests and just like chatting about all kinds of things from music to vehicles, spirituality to writing, but seldom football. No, never soccer. I mean, never football.
Chatty Chappies.
You are listening to Andrew and Brian on Chatty Chappies.
So, here we go.
Here we go.
And we're back again, festive season.
Yeah, aye.
Family history. That's what we're going to talk about.
Family history.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pinkertons?
Pinkertons. You've talked to me about the Pinkertons.
Yeah, well,
And it's we're talking about Pinkerton's American Detective Agency.
yeah, American Detective Agency. Well,
And
French name?
French name.
French
yeah,
name.
Yeah.
Pinkertons from France. I think some of the routes eventually are near Dunbar.
Okay.
The Battle of
Preston Pass.
Preston Pass.
Preston
Yeah.
Pass.
And I think Pinkertons have moved from there. At some point, there was quite a few in Clackmannan, strangely enough.
Right.
And then there seemed to be two big Pinkerton families in Glasgow area, in Argyll. I think they got some land in Argyll at some point, but yeah, Glasgow.
And this would be back to the old alliance days of
Yes.
the pre
Yeah,
when Scotland and France were.
Yeah.
Because you could, as Scottish people, in the late 19th century and possibly into the very early 20th century, Scottish people could claim French citizenship.
all right. So another passport.
Another passport, useful one.
How's your French?
But you know something, Christmas cracker joke.
Yeah.
Why does a Frenchman only have one egg for breakfast?
Oh, I don't know, Andrew. Why does a Frenchman only have one egg?
Because one egg is an oof.
Yeah. Well. That's the festive joke.
That's a festive joke.
That's allowed.
Good job it's over,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Pinkertons,
So Pinkertons, yeah.
detective agency.
Oh yeah, so what happened was I'd done some research on the family, first of all through my wife's side, and then my mum's side. There was Murisons, and there was Andersons, and there was Cummings.
Also French names.
All French names.
Anderson's not, but
Cumming is
Cumming,
certainly
French,
French.
yeah.
Murison could be actually. There's a bit of kind of various points about the Murisons, and is it just a Morrison wrongly pronounced or misspelled? But it certainly goes back a long way. Anyway, so on my father's side, there's Pinkertons. My granny was a Pinkerton, and my father always felt that he was related to Alan Pinkerton,
the detective.
the detective agency. Yeah, the Alan Pinkerton. Now I don't know if that was a sense of wanting to be belonging to something big or a big name, or if it was just a fancy idea that he thought it'd be good to research. So I had this interest to think, well, I'll do what I do in the family history, and if it comes up, that'd be great. So over the years I've been doing the research, and the tree's getting bigger, and I've added a few, and I'm involved in Ancestry.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think quite a few people will know about that. And I got this message from a Bill Roth back in 2014, and he said, "Do you know so and so Pinkerton?" You see, and I thought, "Oh, I can't be bothered. I'm busy." And I said, "No, look, I'm looking for Alan Pinkerton in my connections here." So, and just that was it. Kind of finished it off. And then 4 years later, I get another message from a Jane Donahue. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
And Jane says, "Do you know this William James Clark Robertson?" And I say, "No, that's my father."
Okay. Yeah. Aye.
So she says, "Well, I think we're connected." So, well, I got a bit excited, and she got a bit excited, and we swapped notes, and sure enough, my granny's brother, one of the brothers, had left to go to America, turn of the century, and we hadn't heard from him, and just assumed he had died, because there'd been no messages, and the family had said, well, we haven't heard from him for 7 years, we just assume he's gone. And there's a whole family of Pinkertons in America.
Wow.
So I got something like 40 new cousins overnight.
Overnight, wow, wow.
Yeah.
That's
And-
added to the Christmas card list.
Oh,
isn't it?
terrific. And we've gained a lot of cousins. We've got a communicating group.
Mhm.
We message each other now and again, and we pass information, and we try and find more. And from that link, I've got to know people in Australia and Canada, as well as USA, and south of the border here, down in England.
Englandshire. Yeah.
Englishshire, yeah.
So,
So that was them. So and they've just had Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So,
Thanksgiving is
Uh,
bigger than Christmas. In
I
some
think it
states.
is, yeah. And they're into turkeys in a big way.
Big way.
So I had a communication with Jane on the 24th of November,
Yeah.
which was Thanksgiving. I think it's always on a Thursday. I don't know why. And
Yeah.
of course, we know it from the Black Friday,
Yes,
from
yes.
the cheap sales, allegedly.
Because Thanksgiving comes from the Pilgrim Fathers
Yeah.
arriving in
Yeah.
America,
America, yeah.
and they gave Thanksgiving for a safe arrival in the States. I
Yeah.
think that's the root of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's certainly big in the Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, guys, American cousins across there, tell us about. Get in touch with us and tell us about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We don't do Thanksgiving here in Scotland, in
No,
Britain. No,
we
no,
don't.
we do Christmas.
But we do Burns Night.
But we do Burns Night, and
Yeah.
keep an eye open
Yeah.
for a Burns Night
We could do a
special.
special next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll be, yeah.
So I was talking about Ancestry.com,
Yes.
and we swapped notes, and we were quite sure that we'd got the right connections. And since then, I did my DNA test, and that matched up with some of the Pinkertons in America.
Okay.
So we're good to go, and
Good.
we
Yeah,
know we're
yeah.
all cousins.
Now, another
Yeah.
Pinkerton fact,
Yeah.
or you can keep me right here. When Abraham Lincoln was assassinated,
Uh-huh.
the United States set up what is now the United States Secret Service that protects the president.
Yeah.
And they do other things as well, but everybody knows them as the
Yeah.
presidential bodyguard.
Yeah.
Was that Alan Pinkerton
I think it probably was actually.
that set that up?
He
I
certainly moved more into the Secret Service area.
Yeah.
I could give you the book. I've got a book through in the
All right.
library
Okay.
about Alan Pinkerton. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And he actually was working for the North,
Mhm.
and he was a spy in the South.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And what are his dates? What birth?
Oh,
Was he born in America? Was he, or did he?
no, he's born in Glasgow.
He was born in Glasgow.
born in Glasgow.
And emigrated.
And went out to, oh, you've caught me there. I think it was Chicago he started in.
Mhm.
But he did move to another place as well. Anyway, it's all in the book.
It's all in the
It's
book.
all in the book.
Okay.
But what I was
Is
going
this
to
a
say...
book you've written yourself?
No, I haven't written this one. No,
no.
somebody else wrote it, and they did
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
So the old thing was, Dad thought that he was connected to the Pinkertons. So when I'm doing all my other stuff, I would try and do a wee bit more to see if I can actually get the roots of the connection with the Pinkertons. So as well as having my family tree here, I started a family tree of Alan Pinkertons
Okay.
and worked back up. Now, a lot of people haven't managed to do this, to get the connection. So I suspected that perhaps they weren't going far enough back till it joins,
Okay.
or there was some misalignment somewhere
Right. Okay.
that they couldn't get it. So I'm working away just a couple of months ago, and I'm on Alan Pinkerton's side of his tree,
Yeah.
and I come across James Pinkerton. Now, there's a lot of James Pinkertons, you know. I've got probably about 10 in my tree at the moment. So that wasn't a problem. And I thought I recognised the date, but I thought, well, there's a lot of James Pinkertons. It could just be, it's the fact it's a similar name. But then I saw his wife was Margaret Ferry, and I thought, James Pinkerton, Margaret Ferry. Oh no, this is on Alan Pinkerton's tree, but I know James Pinkerton and Margaret Ferry from my tree.
Okay.
And I thought, oh. So I went back and I was able to check the details. Now, the details weren't 100% right.
Okay.
You know, so there was a wee bit here wrong, a wee bit here there. But there was enough to say these are the same family. So then I cross-referenced his Margaret Ferry and James Pinkerton's aunties and uncles and
Right.
grandparents, and the ones I had.
Yeah. Bang.
Bang!
Wow. Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I am connected. I can't remember the numbers. Would it be something like 7 generations? So, and it's obviously a distant cousin.
But even so,
But-
it's you know,
So I've
a well-kent
yeah,
relative.
a well-kept relative,
Yeah.
and I've solved the problem for my dad. We are related to Alan Pinkerton Detective Agency owner
Well, there you go.
or original person. Yeah, whose father was a policeman in Glasgow.
Wow.
Yeah,
And of course, contrary to popular belief,
yeah,
the Glasgow police predate the Metropolitan Police.
yes,
The,
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a, you know,
yeah,
everybody thinks that Robert Peel and the Bow
Oh,
Street
yeah.
Runners are the first
Are the
police.
first- no,
No,
Yeah.
no. Glasgow police were up and running 20 years before the Metropolitan, before the Bow Street Runners.
yeah,
Yeah. And of course, the Glasgow police, very famous. Glasgow Police Pipe Band.
yes,
Lots and lots of Highlanders and Islanders left the Highlands,
Yeah.
travelled down, joined the Glasgow police,
yeah.
full of, yeah. So,
And a lot of Pinkertons in Glasgow, kind of almost like two big clans, the kind of middle class Pinkertons of Mulgai,
you okay, Milngavie.
Milngavie.
Milngavie, yeah.
and then
Mulgai.
a lot of Pinkertons in and around the centre of Glasgow, near the Gorbals, etc.
So
Anyway,
maybe
oh, look
not-
at the time.
Look at the time, eh?
Oh,
But
folks.
the Gorbals, Glasgow,
Yep.
central, maybe not quite so middle class.
certainly not,
No.
certainly not, yeah, yeah. Well, look at the time.
Look at the time. Well, listen,
Yeah.
guys, lovely speaking to you again.
Do your family research.
Do your family research.
What stories can you come up with?
Yeah,
Put them in the comments below.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Can you do better than a descendant of Robert the Bruce?
Well, there you are, you know.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to another program of Chatty Chappies.